When Doug started to get sick, it just seemed like he was getting the flu. It seemed like he was just a little achy and tired. He ate really great, but he just didn't have any energy. And after a couple days, we both felt like he should have more energy. And I remember that morning getting up and going to work and saying, "Do you think you can get Josh from preschool?" And he said, "Yeah, I thought he could." And the next thing I knew, I was getting a phone call at work just saying, from our daycare provider, "Doug's here and I don't think he's feeling really well and I think you should come get him." So I called her and I said, "Well, I think I really want to take him into the ER." And I said, "Can our car stay at your place?" And she said, "Oh, your car's in the ditch. He put it in the ditch." We sat in the ER for a while and I still kept thinking, oh, he's got an appendectomy or he's got some kind of flu and we're gonna be here overnight probably to get him better, but we're gonna get out of here. But by the end of the day, one of the doctors finally said, "Well, say for example, this is a lymphoma. We want to know for sure, so we're going to get a surgeon in on him tomorrow." And the next day, he had a lymph node biopsy, and the first thing the surgeon said was, "It looks infected to me. I think you're really dealing with some kind of bad infection." And that was a relief to me. I thought, oh, that's better. That's better than what it could be. And in 5 minutes, I was walking down to the hallway, and the surgeon called, and he said, lab is 90% sure that it's some kind of malignancy, but we don't know what it is. I remember being in the hallway and just wanting to get to the room, and he was still in recovery, so he didn't know what had happened. And later that day, none of the results had come back except the surgeon had already called me and told me that. And Doug didn't know. No one had told him. And so at his bedside, he asked, "Well, what do they know about this? What was the results of this?" And so I got to be the one that told him that I think, "Honey, that this is going to be some kind of cancer, but we don't know what kind." And he just kept getting sicker and sicker. And every day I went in, he was sicker. And his stomach was getting bigger and bigger, and you could just watch it get bigger. And his eyes, he had so much pressure that the blood vessels in his eyes had burst. So that evening I brought the kids in and we all talked in his bedside about what was going to happen and what was going on with Daddy, and that we thought it was some kind of cancer, and that would mean that they would go to other people's houses more, and maybe somebody that they didn't know very well would pick them up from school. Madison crawled into bed with me and just said, "Mommy, do you think Daddy's going to be okay?" And it was actually before we knew. It was before we flew out. It was that Tuesday night. And I said, Madison, I believe with my whole heart your dad is going to be okay. And she said, "Well, if you believe that, Mommy, then it will be okay." It was the next day that he was so much sicker. And he had the bone marrow aspiration the next day. I didn't know what Burkitt's was. I hadn't really heard of it. I didn't know what it meant. I knew it was some kind of lymphoma, but I didn't know what it meant. It was real quick. "This is Burkitt's. We want to get him to Mayo as fast as we can." I remember asking, "Can I fly with him?" And they said, "Yes, but you have to be back within the hour. He needs to get there in an hour." I walked out in the hallway and I asked the doctor, I said, "We've got 3 little kids, and I really need to know, how bad this is." And he said he has a better chance of getting sicker and sicker and never getting better than he does of ever getting better. It was just fast and furious, get everything ready and get on the plane and get there as fast as we could, and we did. And even that first week, it was so critical because the tumor can break down so fast that it could easily just instantly kill you, because it could break off and be a problem. And so that first week was a really critical week in how he responded to the chemo, but it was such a blessing. It was just such a blessing, and so many things we were blessed with, and we just feel like there was such a God's presence in all of it, and we felt every prayer. And even in the toughest part, I think we had the greatest peace in knowing that God was with us. So the support of so many people. I don't have to worry about meals because they're brought to me. I don't have to worry about a lot of things that I used to have to worry about because people are helping us out with them. So in some ways, it's just been such a great thing from our family standpoint of really getting together, and really spending our time doing what matters. even between Doug and I, we have had some of the best times together, even though it seems like it wouldn't be. Being up in the hospital, we have uninterrupted time. And I keep thinking this is just going to be one of those really beautiful stories when we get to the end, that I can't wait to see where it all goes.
If you feel like singing a song and you want other people to sing along, just sing what you feel. Don't let anyone say it's wrong. And if you're trying to paint a picture but you're not sure which colors belong, just paint what you see. Don't let anyone say it's wrong. And that's not wrong or right, but you can struggle with it all you like. You'll only get uptight when there's a light. What light? There's a light. What light? Oh, there's a light. White light. Oh, there's a light. White light inside of you. There's a light. White light. There's a light. One light.